Hello. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. So from Africa to South America, I think I'm the only representation from South America. Well, let me tell you a little bit about this area that we focus our study. Is the Chiquitano dry forest. This is an ecoregion that we share with Brazil in Bolivia. This is the largest and best preserved tropical dry forest that we have in the world. But it's under a great threat to agricultural extraction, and which is expanding every year. And we have other conflictive development activities there as well. This forest, which is a very, very interesting landscape, is home of a rich biodiversity we have there in Bolivia that includes different vulnerable species like the giant armadillo, the endangered giant otter that we have there, and the near threatening Maine wolf. So I work as in an NGO, Conservation Strategy Fund, and we basically do economic analysis for environmental and development problems. So we really know that environmental conservation and sustainable economic development can be possible together and actually mutually reinforcing if we accurately account for nature's values in our decision making. So we basically provide information through different studies that we do to policymakers and politicians in Bolivia and in the region. In this study, we basically focus on analyzing the ecosystem benefits of the Chiquitano dry forest and estimated the economic value of those benefits to provide to the local community in Santa Cruz, which is a region that we have in Bolivia, which the Chiquitano dry forest is settled. The results of the study were used to inform the regional government of Santa Cruz and further were supported by the World Bank that included several territorial plans in 39 municipalities that we have in the Department of Santa Cruz. So the information that we provided through this study was very useful to those territorial plans that are going to be implemented next year for those municipalities. From our key findings in the study, we found that our environmental valuation says that 1 hectare of the Chiquitano dry forest can provide more than $4,000 in economic value to the region. And this is considering only some of the ecosystem services that we were able to evaluate, since we based on secondary information and we didn't have enough information to include all the ecosystem services that this ecoregion really has. We identify key areas to prioritize in conservation efforts where ecosystem services are valued as the highest and most at the risk. So we identify those areas to say the government to protect them and avoid the increase of agricultural areas in those very important protection areas that we should take care of. Agricultural expansion in this ecoregion is unavoidable. It's increasing every year. It's a threat, we know, but it can be made more sustainable with regenerative practices. These regenerative systems are activities that are going to be implemented next year. It's kind of new in Bolivia. We are trying to implement these activities like recent years, but it's known that it has better opportunities to reduce deforestation in this region and other regions that are threatened by deforestation activities like agriculture. Local communities can diversify their income streams to protect forests with increasing sales of non-timber forest products, but also with timber forest products. In this ecoregion of the Chiquitano dry forest, the timber and non-timber forest products are very rich, and many communities live with these resources. Actually, the non-timber resources are very, very useful for women that are leading the use of these resources and selling and gaining some additional incomes for their families, which is really beneficial for the women of those local communities. While the Chiquitano dry forest is considered outstanding for the many environmental functions, within this ecoregion faces an uncertain future. Our hope with this kind of study that we provide is that the region will build a strong case for the forest preservation in future decision-making processes by local governments. We have the regional government there that is implemented some of the recommendations that we share with this study, and we have also local governments with the municipalities that are going to take into consideration our results that we found in this study. Thank you.